wall that have goodies for you.
And the goodies, of course, they can be anywhere. And today, we start off with this map of swamp.
Oh boy, we can find out right away if we need to do the dam the second we get into the Dark World, because that is shuffled along as well. Yep,
Yeah, you will need to drain that swamp for, well, at once, and that will always keep the swamp drained in this mode.
And here we go with two different approaches to starting this type of seed. We got Prior farming up the 50-50 bushes for bombs, whereas Jem's gonna go set up the houlihan after checking them out, put some potions. Oh, not even gonna check potion shop. Well, fine. You can lie at me right away, why don't you?
Just check this one cave here, exit it, and set up houlihan after.
So that drop down is the magic bag drop down. So whenever we have powder, I'm sure Jem will make their way back up here to see what item that is. Whereas Prior's gonna start up the Kakariko check.
And he found a lot of bombs, even managed to get 5 of them for so far no benefit, but you know, you never know where you're gonna go.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you will generally go through a lot of bombs at the start, and the expansions actually being removed from version 30 will cause some trouble. So there's a sword on the race game ledge, but getting there can sometimes be quite a disaster.
Yeah, that could take a long time. Meanwhile, we're just finding these locations that don't really matter for now. We're just hoping to see something that will actually develop. This tends to be a very slow start in this mode. That's a more interesting cave.
Yeah, it's hookshot cave, so that can connect to something. But you really want to be careful about connectors early on in the game, especially when you're over at Kakariko, because if there's no save equip point that's near here, you're going to be walking back to Kakariko constantly.
Well, we found Ganon here.
So Ganon's just going to hang out. We are currently playing on what's called the Defeat Ganon goal for this mode, which requires you to get all 7 crystals, as well as defeat Aga 2, in order to hop down and have Ganon actually be vulnerable.
So finding Ice Palace here outside of Eastern Palace.
Oh, we'll get around to that. Dark room at the blacksmith hut as well. Hey, that bush house is vanilla for what it's worth.
What are the odds again for a vanilla entrance, except for this one here that's always vanilla?
Pretty low, to be honest.
That seems pretty plausible to me.
Also, the reason why that tavern entrance has to be... Ooh, I've been interrupted by a mini Moldarm cave. You got 5 bombs, Friar! Make good use of them!
Well, you didn't get that double off on the left side, but does have 2 more bombs.
Oh, he's getting the jukes! And he got it. Nice.
And that's the wrong Ice Rod cave over on Eastern. And there's our gloves.
Ooh, okay. The first glove is really important in entrance because there's a lot of pick-upable rocks that have stairs under them, especially down on the south shore, and you really don't want to be leaving those behind.
There's one on the way over to the desert, there's one over at Ice Rod Cave.
So definitely a big find on that one, and hey, it's Agina's, and he just didn't have any bombs left.
Yeah, no bombs, but you can attempt to farm some bombs over here. And we do see this King's Tome here for Gem, gonna find...
The bug net!
Yeah.
The most worthwhile of things, right?
I think the gloves are a bit more useful than the bug net, to be honest.
Well, time to find out what Sanctuary is connected to. This could either be really good or really bad. Really good! It's Kakariko!
Very convenient path. Easy access to the Dark World later on as well.
So this makes it so you can actually check connectors a lot more liberally, because you can just save and quit and always be back in Kakariko.
And immediately get check this back of escape as well for the 3 items, or arrows, I guess.
So along with version 30 comes those delightful 10 arrow drops that are everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere.
Constantly taunting you about your lack of a bow. Feels bad, man.
Briar keeps on getting these random bombs, and Gem getting a pretty good deal off this bottle merchant here.
Invest in me and I'll give you all of my returns.
We do have a desert palace here, in Kakariko.
All right, and the Death Mountain emergency escape on the old lady house. So there's a lot of connectors to be checking.
Now there's a key on that torch.
It'll be one of those boots sooner or later. They are more important in entrance than they are in other modes, simply because they lock entrances themselves. Ooh. Okay, Kakariko has a lot of value in it between those gloves and the mirror.
Yeah, that Darkworld access will give very likely possibility to picking up that sword down on the race game.
Yep, since in entrance Crossworld, you will usually only end up on the race game ledge by mirroring to it as the door. Ooh. Well, speaking of ending up in places, here is the east side of Death Mountain.
Yeah, there's a lot of caves here.
I'm scaring the Tektites with a bug net. That's classic.
Does that actually work?
It works! They respond to the button press. Good job, Jim. Creative strats.
I guess they must be part bug? I mean, technically they are bug and it is a bug catching net, or am I just thinking wrong here? Oh, there's the witch hut for Prior, though. And thieves.
Well, that's in a really nice place.
Or blind, I mean.
And the waterfall fairy. Good old Gem getting free bombs from Graveyard Ledge. Gonna get all stocked up.
No, finding all these... Okay, that place not so nice, but not really finding that many items apart just now for the gloves and the mirror. Important items for sure. You really want to find some kind of weapon.
Gem didn't manage to scare them properly that time. That was a good smack to the face.
Well, we found Sahasrara at his home in Kakariko, but Prior still doesn't have a bomb.
Oh my goodness. And we finally find our first shop. That is like the weirdest thing they have not encountered until now. Prior's really having to pray for the bombs from these 50-50 bushes.
So Yem could either return back to Kakariko here by going for the left, or check the main entrance to see what that leads.
Might as well check the main while you're here, since with that Sanctuary saving quick point, I'm sure Gem will be checking characters fairly aggressively.
Oh, well, that's pretty weird since the witch is in Kakariko.
It's just like, wait, we just set up this little dimensional vortex and there's the Moon Pearl. Okay, so no bunny shenanigans today.
First of many pod keys alongside it. And Turtle Rock is the green pendant. Fun. Oh, fun.
Alright, Gem is actually going to go ahead and check this connector. When you have the mirror in hand, just really checking connectors is really safe, because it might spit you out in one of several places where having the mirror is really good. And there's GT!
So this might be a location they have to return back to several times over the course of this race.
Yeah, GT usually have at least something of value in it, but with its 27 chests. Oh, and speaking of mirror connectors, the Death Mountain Escape has spit us out on top of Death Mountain at Floating Isle, the best connector.
And it's actually our first visit to the Dark World.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think so.
Huh.
So, there is one little bit of an issue here. Since Gem didn't continue exploring Kakariko, they weren't able to get their gloves and their Moon Pearl. So, that hookshot cave entrance with the rock there is just going to have to remain unexplored for a little while.
In the powder located in the forest at the mushroom spot is convenient in a weird pseudo-vanilla fashion.
Also got the Tower of Heron big key out of Thieves Town. A little bit of secrets breaking.
Small key for Ganon's Tower here upon by Yen.
If you're careful with your keys, you only need 2 of those to full clear a GT, but if you have to go full right side for whatever reason, you'll need 3.
Well, we found Turtle Rock in the forest. I guess it lives. The turtles have moved?
A little bit. I'm kind of... Oh, Big Key Dice Palace. So, Thieves Town with the big key value.
But with no key, cannot proceed in Thieves Town.
Here we go. Lumberjack dropped out his uncle, the best possible thing you could have here. So, Ag of 1 is not required this seed. Unless there are extreme circumstances. And there's the dam!
Well, always great to get that dam out of the way early on.
Gives me a chance to mention. So, Swamp Palace in Entrance Keysanity, or just Entrance in general, the way it works is the first room will always remain flooded once you've found and activated the dam. So finding that entrance is actually crucially important if you have to complete Swamp Palace.
Indeed, and Pryor gets an unfortunate guard there under a bush for some reason. Oh, well, he's gonna check some other caves likely before going back to that. Oh, also, he doesn't have any bombs, again.
Yeah. There's no shops. Where's all the shops?
Meanwhile, they are sitting at 800 plus rupees, so you know they got plenty to waste once they do find some potential shops.
Here's another that. Ooh. Okay, we know that's not sequence broken because, well, we found where the moon pearl is, but Gem super buddying to grab the hookshot out of the mire shed up on Dark Death Mountain.
Pryor died, reloaded, and died again. I think he needs to exit that because he can't make any progress here on this side of Turtle Rock right now.
What you need to do in that particular entrance is just hold right. If you hold right and go up against the wall, you will be fine. That is one of those trial by fire moments when it comes to entrance. It's pretty funny though. Alright. Sanctuary drop down has 3 bombs.
Well, that's also the thing with this sort of mode, that there's a lot of small niches that you never have to care about in standard or open.
Yep, it will throw you into every possible conceivable situation you can think of sometimes. Sequence breaking into Paradox Cave now. Using the mirror to delete the block so you can get in and get all the goods.
Indeed. Well, there's our first bottle. We haven't found where Sick Kid is yet, though, as he is sick at some other place, not in Kakariko.
So Gem finally managing to get that 4th heart. Well, that's another thing about this mode, is you tend to be pretty low on health for the majority of the experience.
Since you're searching more locations, items will usually take longer for you to find, so fewer chests, fewer hearts.
Yep, that's what happens when you don't get a free 15 items out of Kakariko.
Yep, sets up the bomb jump. Pryor is in this other part here in Desert's gonna get his mirror here.
Oh, well, if Gem knew there was a sword and race game, they could use that connector to go get it. Well, they don't. And now that they're stuck as a bunny, here's the horrible experience of having to get past these mini mold orbs. Oh boy.
They do a full heart of damage, and there are no hints in this mode as of yet. Maybe it will be added in the future, I don't actually know.
Oh yeah, since it's still using version 29 as the base, kind of. Like, semi. Still doesn't have the expansions.
Well, development does take time.
Oh, right, and since Gem was fortunate enough to have the light world, the top of Paradox Cave in the light world, he was able to get past the mini mold arms once again to continue his adventures on Death Mountain.
And Pryor is also now in Death Mountain. He's almost certainly gonna buy bombs here, yeah.
It's probably just like, oh my goodness, finally a shop! I've been looking for this forever! It's destiny!
10 glorious bombs. Oh look, more bombs.
It's like he only had to go through the, like, dangers of the desert to climb a mountain to finally find the mythic shop of bomby bombs.
He visited so many places where he needed a single bomb to proceed and had to go and farm bombs down at the bombable hut thingy in the light world, the shack, the shed, rat place, whatever it's called. No one visits it in most modes.
Yeah. So, okay, here's another rule of entrance. The Old Man Rescue Cave will always be on the western side of Death Mountain somewhere because the Old Man is an extremely limited follower. He severely gimps your movement and is not able to go in any doors. So, Gem knows what this dark room is as a result.
Yep, so got the Old Man, just jump down here, get a single item, we find Skullwoods for Prior, and the Old Man is a bit weird.
Well, you know, he has a secret entrance in the wall. It's no big deal. It's just
Oh yeah, of course. That makes perfect sense, of course. Why did I never think of that?
It just wasn't quite enough budget to, you know, animate the door opening. It's no big deal.
I do feel like we keep on finding things pointing to Ice Palace.
Yeah, just need to get something to actually get through the front door. I'm deciding it's a little bit of tea time, so they don't die to pretty much anything.
While we're still looking for an actual weapon.
Oh, there's the kid. Would you like to have more bombs?
Now the bombs just coming in. All
Yeah,
the
pretty
rupees,
much.
all the bombs. We get those 20 arrows at the back of Escape, and, well, haven't had a bow yet, so there's that.
Oh, hey, and there's that connector that was up at Lumberjack's house, so that's come full circle.
There's this very interesting underground network that actually exists in Hyrule. It's just that it only exists in certain dimensions.
I mean, why do you think they had to patch up the hole? I mean, they can't have people, you know, finding their secret underground passage that goes from the complete northern side of the world to the southern.
But doesn't Hyrule only have like 40 people or so that live in it?
Yeah, you know, they could cause trouble. They do have somebody trying to destroy the world and conquer Hyrule every couple of years.
I guess that makes a lot of sense.
Ooh, and the Swamp Palace small key sitting up on top of Spectre Rock. Got the important one already. In Blind's hideout.
Nice to find some weapons. Oh, there was the Smith for Prior. Didn't quite get to see which entrance that was.
All the way at the desert. So, you know, better get your hiking boots on if you want to save a frog today.
Oh dear.
I like the mail upgrades for this Rainbow Link. Just make it so the rainbow colors shift a little bit.
Oh, is that our first actual weapon, or should we even classify the Cane of Burn as a weapon?
I mean, it can actually destroy things in a pinch, but so can bombs.
Yeah. At this point, Gem needs to find that Moon Pearl to get some progress here in the Dark World at this point.
Yeah, he'll hit a brick road eventually. It's like, that's the thing with entrance. You will be able to explore so much, and then you will finally, after a long period of time, feel the need to save and quit. So you just keep on ending up in different places again and again.
So I guess when you play this mode, you want to use a sprite that has a good-looking bunny.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, poor Gem. Chicken Hut is one of the few places you cannot deal with.
No way to use the bombs in that room.
Yep, can't use a large amount of the Y button items even when you Super Bunny.
Prior is heading over to Eastern Palace. Or what isn't Eastern Palace, I guess we should say.
Yep, we'll find that King's Tomb pretty soon. Ah, that's a convenient spot. So the laser bridge exit will allow you to just mirror right here and get a couple more entrances done. And it's Hookshot Cave's other side, so...
Back to Kakariko.
This is the thing, if you just keep following the path, you'll keep on ending up finding all sorts of useful stuff. Like this flute here, which is amazing in entrance.
I mean, the flute is always a fantastic item because of how conveniently you can get to locations.
Okay, and the small key to desert's a big deal too, since they know where desert is. And it's actually, the right-hand side of desert is right beside where this drop-down is for Hookshot Cave.
just lining up fantastic here for Gem with the way that these items are placed.
So he'll probably take a peek here, consider looking at other places, and he's going right back in.
Right back out.
The indecision.
I mean, there's so many places to check. Like, where do you go?
I don't think either of them stepped into the front of the tavern yet, so... For Friar's sake, hopefully that's not anything important.
James sees the sword. Gonna activate the flute.
And Jem is aware of a connector that takes him to the western side of the Dark World, so if he really wants to go get that sword, he can.
That will be the first true weapon. Tower of Hera here in the Lake Hylia Cave, Mini Moldrum Cave, Hyplia Cave, Cave of Disappointment mostly.
The Cave of Unrelenting Disappointment. So, the interesting thing is, Jem actually has both the keys for Tower of Hera right now. And, you know, neither of them are sequence broken since we know where the pearl is. But Friar's not so fortunate and doesn't have any of those.
We'll need something that can touch Moldorm though, so Jem needs to pick up the sword for that.
Looks like Jem actually forgot that the right side of desert was directly beside with that.
Oh.
Hi, old man cave. Nice of you to be... That's actually a really nice saving crit spot, I think.
I'm gonna need some moment to process that location.
Good old fake Sahasrahla in the Dark World.
Oh wait, wouldn't that mean he could go all the way over to the pyramid and get the item there? Is Crab's gonna kill Prior?
Oh no! Oh, crabs. Crabs are the destroyer of all things that are sacred.
Do 2 full hearts of damage and only sitting on 4 hearts. Extremely painful. They just surrounded him. He couldn't do anything there. I guess you could put on the cape, but are you really thinking about putting on the cape to deal with crabs?
It's like you deal with crabs in open and standard 100,000 times, and they'll still get you because they are very erratic in their movement and very fast. To the side because they're crabs.
Already down to 2 hearts here again.
Alright, Prior. Dodge those crabs! And then Octorok that is like following every step you're taking.
What even is this? What?
That is some serious enemy RNG going on right now for poor Prior.
I've never seen it be that bad before.
That is just ridiculous. Okay, Prior, you can do it. Dodge those crabs!
We have full faith in the Prior. I don't think the crabs do, though.
Goodness gracious, they are trying to pin him in already. He wants to throw this bomb. Don't blow yourself. Oh no! Oh no! Lord! So, the time required to pick up one of those rocks is a big problem when you have nothing to do with the crabs.
Yeah, is Prior gonna go back there again? 3rd time's the charm?
Yep, here he goes. Now the entrances are open, so it's less of a problem for him.
I mean, he doesn't even have the hookshot that Jem has to easily dispatch these Moldorms.
Yeah, at some point Prior's going to have to take that connector that's in Kakariko, the Death Mountain escape. Because that will lead him straight to that hookshot. And the dam, and many other things.
Where crabs are not located.
Jem's got those gloves now, and is probably going to be feeling a little bit annoyed about the connector up to the top of Death Mountain.
So there's a good amount of locations here left to check in the Kakariko area. It looks like he's already heading down to the library. No, he's gonna check the main entrance here for the pub.
Okay, so what was here the whole time?
Meanwhile, crabs.
Oh, poor Prior!
Oh, the bomb shop is over there!
Ooh, that'd be a heck
Bomb
of a
shop.
walk with the big bomb. We already had the flute, so... Andy's...
Oh dear.
So, poor Prior, having to have farmed all those bombs from the 50-50 bush into Kakariko, only to see that the K-45 entrance was the front of the tavern with bombs.
Welcome to Randomizer. Oh, a sword in Eastern. Wow, that's how nice of you, after you die twice to crabs, to get a weapon that you can use to one-shot crabs with. It's like the scene is just taunting him at this point.
Randomizer has a habit of doing that, where it's like, did you just go through something hard? Here, have the exact thing you wanted to have a minute ago.
Yeah, now picking up the moon pearl here from the back of Sahaswala.
And now his brain is exploding with the possibilities of places that he could go.
And of course, the taunting continues. Prior picks up a big heart.
Oh man, look at those heart counts. We're 25 minutes into the scene, we have 5 and 6 hearts!
This is insane.
I'm deciding I don't want to depth a mire without a sword. It might be a little bit difficult to get through the first room.
He does have the hook shot to drag himself across, but how much more can he do after that?
Well, with bombs, a fair bit, but it would be a very slow, tedious process. It's just not worth it. Don't do it. Have something be more reliable to take out the enemies.
And he also knows where a sword is located, and he has to mirror to get it, so can always come back for it later.
Alright, and we are going to see good old GT once more, but without the hammer, left side is still inaccessible.
Oh, a crappy compass.
Pick up that spare key and be on his way.
One of likely several visits into Ganon's tower. Prior is going through this dark room in Eastern Palace.
The dark room he's done many, many times before, so no real issue here.
And Jim is out.
Good old Eastern Palace, and every single time you'd end up doing it in this mode, you'll get those. Oh. So, since we know that the Lumberjack drop-down is Uncle, one of those Castle Tower small keys is all you'll ever need.
And also finds the hook shot, or not, the spiral cave, I should say, over here. The Aswad area as well.
So this connector is one of the most annoying ones to deal with, especially if it happens to connect to anything important. Because it is slow, it is one way, and it always tends to show up at the worst time. But this time, it was actually convenient, being at the end of Prior's journey.
He has nothing more he can do over in that area, so he's just hoping that he won't just fall out of some really garbage location here.
It's okay, he'll end up at the laser... Death Mountain ledge thing. Yeah,
Oh.
that one. Don't forget to mirror! He forgot to mirror. Uh-oh.
That could be important later on.
So, yeah, if there's an important entrance up there, Prior is going to be searching for that for about 500 years.
Now, he may have an easier time checking it, coming back and checking it later, because we know where the flute is, and he may go and pick that up soon enough.
Yeah, but he has to remember. It's a tricky thing where you need to consciously be aware that you have missed that entrance.
Yeah, because it's not an entrance that exists in modes outside of this, really.
Yep, and that's why people often forget about it entirely. But yeah, that is normally the Death Mountain Descent Cave from the Light World, where you get spat out if you climb back down.
Likely extensively used the first time you played this game, like 20 years ago.
Also used in good old NMG.
Indeed.
Alright, starting off our first dive into Skullwoods, see if we can find anything useful.
Now, these holes and entrances to Skullwoods are only randomized between each other. But the back entrance where Mophula is, that is randomized alongside everything else.
Oh hey! There's the GT big key! Well, that's an easy enough one to grab.
Yay, we found one ice rod! Woohoo!
Several more to go, including the actual ice rod.
Yeah, if that green pennant is needed. Also a shovel.
Also, a really nice thing about Skull Woods, as long as you get one small key, you're pretty much good in terms of routing this, because you can open up that one door, you don't have to play Guess the Pit.
Yeah, it's really convenient in that regard.
Having to play Guess the Pit stinks. It's just like, you have a 25% chance of selecting the one pit that you want to find. Good luck.
It's almost like it's randomized.
Randomized? What's that?
It's when the game hates you.
Sounds about right.
Well, I know, if you have the experience, you know that the game never likes you.
So Gem is probably actually going to continue deeper into a rock here. Maybe. He doesn't really have anything to, fight the enemies with, so away he goes. Gets a little slap on the back with the laser, and he is not sticking around.
Prior gets to do some visits here down in the village of Outcasts soon enough, since he will have the move roll here, but first this Paradox Cave with the 7 items. The flute was here, right?
Yes! No, the flute was in Hookshot Cave.
Oh, yeah, it was in Hookshot Cave, correct.
There's basically nothing of note in Paradox Cave, which is about right.
I mean, my brain is already fried, you know.
That'll happen. That'll definitely happen.
I mean, we're 31 minutes in and, you know, looking for a lot of stuff and just getting progress done into dungeons and finding dungeons.
Also, I noticed a question in chat. Has anybody walked into the front of Hyrule Castle yet? No, and that is kind of bothering me, because that's something I do pretty early. The Kakariko Well could just be sitting right beside Hyrule Castle, and neither of them have checked it yet.
Yeah, they will have to get that done in due time. Gem here with the powder first to check out that, and we'll find a small key for Skullwoods.
Yay!
That was the most excitement I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's a very useful thing. Don't you love getting Skullwood and Misery Mire keys? They're only the best. That actually worked. My goodness.
It did. So yeah, I'm gonna check the one item. Prior is climbing up here to Spectacle Rock.
Yep, I'll get a swamp pile of small key before long.
Checking Sick Kid.
I don't know how often Prior runs these entrance randos, so he probably isn't super aware that that's the Old Man Rescue Cave, but that's fine. He won't have a saving good point for a little bit.
We'll get back to that later. And Gem is doing what you want us to do like 20 minutes ago.
I swear if the boots or something are in here, or even another sword, I'm just gonna shake my head.
And because he knows where Ganon is, it's safe to go and fall down this hole. Because until you find Ganon, you don't really want to fall into the holes.
That is 100% correct.
I think this seed was just... I think we just blew the seed wide open now.
So now we have regular Dark World access up by the Village of Outcast, and the save and quit point is directly beside that portal for the Sanctuary, so that Titandsmith is actually rather useful.
So the entire Mire Desert area is now open thanks to the Mirror Flute myths. And we get Hype Cave here as well. We get the small key to Thieves Town.
And
First Medallion, are we actually getting a legitimate Hype Cave here? No, a map to Hyrule Castle. And of course a crappy arrow at the end. No, of course not.
Oh, it's like, it got us kind of riled up with the first two items being pretty good, and then it just finishes off with these useless map and one arrow.
Of course, we got the myths. And here's a map for Gem, and he's gonna pick this up. Wow. Wow. All this excitement just down the drain within the span of 10 seconds. I think we should move on with our lives right now.
The double whammy of useless. Oh, that's terrific. Okay, so Prior has his mood pearl in finding Chicken Hut, so we're gonna find out what Gem messed up here.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, but look how many hearts Prior now has. 8.
He's getting up there.
And Gem can't do this Tower of Hera because he doesn't have a weapon to kill Moldor.
Well, we'll find one soon if he just keeps going east.
But you know, it is Gem and Tower of Hera, so you know, not really gonna spend much time there anyway.
Maybe the flute will get him back there sooner. See, it could be an exception today.
In time for him to face the crabs, but he does have the hook shot.
Should be a little bit safer. I imagine he'll go into Eastern Palace. It's like,
Wow.
it's the one that you always want to just try to go through in one go, but every single time it's just like, well, there could be something important in there. Yeah, you can see the hesitation, but here he goes.
You know, he's gonna be able to do this a little bit faster having the hook shot. Can you skip one room over on the east side?
Mm-hmm.
Try checking out the sick kid here on Spectacle Rock. More bombs.
There we
And
go.
now, Yem can do our lovely friend. Do you think he's gonna go back to Tower of Hera soon enough?
Maybe. He might put it off until he gets a fire source that he did the basement too, but I think he'll do it.
Yeah.
I bet it's a pendant.
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of, for those of you who haven't watched Keysanity lately, we don't know what the pendants and crystals are for most of the game, because in order for you to get any information on that, you have to find the dungeon's respective map. Only then will it tell you on the map what crystal or pendant it is. Also, Pryor didn't talk to the bomb shop owner, so we don't know those ones yet either.
Nope. But we do know that Turtle Rock is the green pendant.
Yes.
But we haven't found that laser bridge entrance yet, and we haven't found the rods.
Alright, Pryor's gonna get us some new info. Checking out the western side of the Dark World. Including this one shop that a lot of people playing Entrance for the first time might miss, because whoever goes here. There's the back of desert. Ooh.
That's pretty important.
Yeah! This is one of those scenes that would trip up a newcomer. Because if they don't remember that this shop exists, then, well, you're not finishing desert today.
But how can you not know there? I went there like 20 times when I was playing this game 20 years ago.
Did you have to buy arrows a lot?
No, but I always had to buy the shield.
No. Oh, you kept getting your shield eaten. Poor Marge.
Those enemies scared me. Help.
I can understand them being
I
kind of
was a kid.
unsettling for a child. I get that. I get it. It's okay.
Thank you.
Prior to deciding not to go all the way over to Graveyard Ledge, I mean, I kind of don't blame him. It's a long check. Maybe you'll find it somewhere else.
Yep.
Alright, get ready. Get ready, Tracker. Jem's gonna talk to this bomb shop owner. We're gonna get information.
Wow. All those rupees. Pod and Hera. Well, I guess it's going back to Hera soon.
Yeah, that will probably clinch it right there.
I do think we have found 2 pod small keys.
2 or 3. One of the 2.
Yeah, I remember 2. Not exactly where they were, but, you know... Oh, Pryor can farm some free bombs here.
Just gotta be careful. Those are the Dark World rats. They're the equivalent to the little cockroach things in Thieves' Town, so they will take a full heart.
Of course, perfectly balanced.
Now, is Jem gonna remember to mirror? Don't forget to mirror! Don't forget to mirror! Don't forget to mirror! Okay.
He mirrors. A moment of truth here. Is this entrance important?
I mean, on the bright side, it has another side to it, but it could have a useful item.
So, maybe?
We'll find out pretty soon.
No.
3 balls?
Perhaps.
Kind of!
Maybe?
Alright, Dark Room on the Arrow game. So, I'll give it a resounding maybe. You can get away with only 4 pod small keys if you do it right.
Prior is gonna be able to pick up his Master Sword here, and well, I think he's gonna pick up the Master Sword first.
So there actually is a connector connecting to the race game today. Wonder where the other side goes.
I think we'll find that out soon enough.
Oh yeah, Prior didn't go north to the Darkworld Lumberjack house. It's up here.
We can also confirm that the Master Sword, the Sword of Evil Spain, is in fact trash.
Very good judgment. I mean, it is. You see how much weaker it is than the Tempered Sword. It's like, what? It's gotta get on that level.
Yeah, we all know that red is better than blue. Oh, speaking of red.
That's a pretty good red.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never saying no to boots.
Thankfully, boots are actually a lot less important in this mode than they are in Open and Standard and whatnot, because you spend a lot more of your time taking connectors and other quick warps around the overworld rather than having to walk everywhere. They're still nice, but they're a lot less required than they used to be.
Well, Prior's gonna return back there later when he gets that hammer, unless this is a hammer go mode seed.
That would be interesting, but a lot more possible in entrance than others, but with Keysanity involved, probably not. Alright, we got that shovel ages ago. Let's see what it does.
It digs up junk.
$20!
You gotta add it to that 957 he already has. Also, when are we gonna see a Sora? Sora's been in Logic for a very long time because of how early the gloves were.
Probably will get coupled with Catfish when they have the flippers. Jam, you already have a key. Why are you trying to steal one?
Prior, of course, hasn't done any progress here with this dam, but... Well, there's the Bunk Rock chest. There's a big key for Pod.
That's a good one. That's a good one. We haven't found Pod yet, but we'll be able to explore quite a bit of it when it shows up.
At least 3 keys have been found, and the big key. It's pretty good, but no bow, no hammer, no lamp.
Question in the chat, are the whirlpools randomized? No, all the overworld stuff is actually perfectly okay, so if you know how to get around, it'll help you out a bunch.
Imagine randomizing the whirlpools.
Going crossworld with the whirlpools, that would be interesting.
I still say we need to randomize the hammer puzzle for Turtle Rock. That's where the true skill lies.
That'd be so annoying.
Imagine losing a race because it took you 3 times to solve that.
There's so many permutations. It'd be terrible.
I know. As a viewer, it would be incredible, but as a runner, it would be the worst thing ever.
They're calling for your ban, Marge!
That's not the first time. They started with that when I started to talk about cooking the duck.
Yeah, this is true. You can't damage the sacred memes, or they'll get very cross.
Oh, I'll damage them. I'll keep on damaging them forever.
Prior is finding like all the great fairy caves over here in the southern part of the Dark World, by the way. I think there's like 4 of them now.
It's definitely been a lot of them, and unfortunately no hammer, no flippers, so he can't get over here to the east side this route. But he can route in this castle escape here.
He's gonna go ahead and get his amazing Quake Medallion and useless map. It's also Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, the mitts are pretty useful.
Yeah, give or take. It's like he can go, well, for Gem, the Smiths won't be too bad because the flute exists. But until...
Gem did a map check, so Swamp and Ice are both crystals.
Well, at least we already found the dam and the small key, so Swamp is very doable now, as soon as we get, you know, all the items associated with actually clearing Swamp.
Yeah, you gotta find those flippers.
Flippers and hammer await.
Yeah... Well, Gotta keep on routing. Gotta keep on finding stuff. Gotta keep on finding entrances.
Spike Cave's just gonna sit there and loom for a while.
Does seem to be the case for now.
It's just one thing I've noticed in Entrance Crossworld Keysanity is that Spike Cave really, really likes to have a big key in it. Like, really likes to have a big key in it. It's happened a lot. Yeah, Swoops, you did see a quick swap. Quick swap is allowed for entrance seeds because they are generally a lot longer and will have you really, really needing a lot of your equipment just due to the weird situations you end up in.
And of course, Quick Swap allows you to change your items without going into the menu.
Good old tap of the L and R button, which works really well in the early game when you still don't have very many items, and absolutely horribly in the late game when you have tons of items. Oh no. So, speaking of entrance-related things, Pryor has forgotten a crucial thing about the frog.
Yeah, the frog is over in Agena. And, Castle Tower?
Yep, Jem went through the connector there to end up at the top of the castle to find the item entrance of Spectacle Rock, which we already saw was nothing, so that is fine. Another dark realm.
Well, Jem's not interested in that.
Essentially what he was doing... Oh, good.
He's just gonna go back. Go ahead.
Essentially what he was looking for there is, if you see somebody walk upwards in a dark room at the start like that, they're trying to see if it's the Old Man Rescue Cave, because they want to get that checked off the map.
Pryor does not have the hookshot for Hookshot Cave.
This Smith is gonna go on an adventure.
This is a wild Smith tour for Pryor. As Jem picks up the boots.
He's gonna have to run all the way to the desert. Oh no.
You gotta give the Smith some exercise, you know. And you know, after he gets to the desert, he can go nowhere.
Pretty much. Also, I think I have a lead on where all the dark rooms are now.
That's more than me.
There we go. Alright, dropping out the Smith for us.
Smith's back home in the desert where they can work undisturbed to deliver a pretty valuable item, because we found some entrances to both the main entrance to Mire, of course, and I believe 2 entrances to Turtle Rock.
Yep, that Key to Samaria is extremely important in Entrance Rando, because with the addition of Right Side GT, there's actually a lot of chests that it's responsible for. So the Titan's Mint was very necessary this seed.
It's required to do the Smiths to bring the Smiths down to Agena to get the Cane of Samaria.
Seems good.
Perfectly normal. I see nothing wrong with how this seed is progressing at this point.
Question from the chat. Am I running my own entrance tracker during the race? Yes. Yes, I am. I have it mostly filled out at this time. It makes it easier to keep track of where they need to go. Oh, it's Laser Bridge! It's Laser Bridge.
Found the bridge. And it's in
check. It is, but it's also a pendant, and...
The Laughing Turtle Rock, we've been blessed!
Oh, the memes live Okay!
The Laser Bridge of major hype today!
And he's right beside GT! So he's just gonna go straight over there, probably.
Oh my lord.
He's gonna do Graveyard Ledge first, because he remembered that he didn't check that the first time.
And I believe Jem has already been up there? Correct me if I'm wrong.
He has. It's just 3 bombs.
Yeah, I thought so.
Pryor's been like a professional at dodging all the caves that have 3 bombs in them. It's getting kind of silly.
considering all his early game bomb issues.
So the really funny thing about this is, Laser Bridge had both the lamp and the hammer.
Oh,
So
boots really needed today for Turtle Rock.
yeah, Turtle Rock having a lot of useful stuff. And yeah, so the lamp put the old man saving quit point in logic, which is on the eastern side of the the Dark World. And the hammer also gave us access to the eastern side of the Dark World, so essentially the game is shouting at you to go to the eastern side of the Dark World now.
Haven't they already had... Oh yeah, because of that lamp opening up the old man location up on Death Mountain leading to the east side.
Yep, that saving quit point is now fully in logic.
Welcome to Crossworld entrance Shuffle Keysanity.
And yeah, we're having a distinct lack of finding any keys. We're finding a lot of other things, just not very many keys.
So the keys are in all the dungeons?
Probably.
Probably. We're definitely gonna have a Palace of Keys in pod, I imagine, today.
Wouldn't surprise me. Especially since we've already gathered up several keys for pod.
Well, Jem found himself the King of Samaria.
And now he's gonna go do Tower of Hera. You were right, you put it off for a while.
Are we gonna see our first crystal?
Nah, it's gonna be a pendant.
No, it's a 5/6 crystal. We found that out.
Alright, I'm dumb.
Tower of Hera and Palace of Darkness are the 5/6 crystals in this seed. We still need to find that bow, though, to get access to the Pyramid Fairy location. Oh dear.
Fire checking an entrance that often gets forgotten. So when you get the Titan's May, you get access to the hammer pegs, which is something that a lot of people remember is actually its own entrance.
Small key for Turtle Rock. Well, you're gonna need to find some more of those, I believe. I guess it depends on how much you need to check in the main entrances.
Yeah, because I mean, we're already gonna have access to the majority of items in Turtle Rock just from having the Key to Samaria to allow you to go backwards.
And we have found all of the entrances as well. Wait, that's a vanilla bottle. What?
It's even empty!
It's literally a vanilla bottle.
Good job, game.
We have our good friend Moldorm here. Goodbye, Moldorm. It was nice knowing you.
He has 2 eyes? That's weird. I'm so used to seeing him have...
Oh, the true Ice Rod.
Well, I mean... that would be more exciting.
Well, gotta find that Fire Rod, and then we're gonna do Master Sword, Hammer, Trinex.
Also need the big key, because Turok put a nice big key door right in front of Trinex.
Yeah, so you need 2 Ice Rods for Trinex. Oh, it's time for some Pyramid and Finalist. Well, there's a big key there. As the Mire area will be checked by Jem.
Big key to Misery. Misery Mire full clearable now.
It is. But do you want to do that?
Probably. I'd do it.
Some point. Oh, look, another fairy.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm shocked by this sudden revelation. And it is Quake for this Mire entrance, so... something? Something?
Maybe you'll have something useful? We will see.
Patiently waiting, building up some major excitement to be a chest. More? Oh, not really?
That was like the longest stretch of playing with the emotions.
All that for a Ganon's Tower small key.
So is the entrance something? Well, it's got an item. It's a small key to nothing.
Oh!
Here's Pod.
In the Mire area, in the Mire shed to be exact.
Jem has decided, I don't want to deal with Pod small key nonsense right now. I'll come back later.
That does sound like a good idea. Also, we'll need a boat to clear the dungeon.
This is gonna be the part where the bow is in pod, and he's gonna feel sad about 20 minutes later.
Pyramid fairy items here. Ooh. Well, that's
Aww.
needed. Sometimes.
Sometimes it's essentially
Another ice spot.
It's more like a mushroom.
It's pretty convenient to check the chest, you know, when you're going through it. Oh, where is fine? Oh, it's the eastern big key. Well, still need the bow, but it's another ice rod on the list.
Speaking of awkward locations, hello, Catfish!
The mirror over and finally check Sora 55 minutes into the sea. This catfish is gonna spit. Moving on.
It's just like, just get out.
I mean, they've had like 1,000 plus rupees for the past 40 minutes, I think. Oh, look, another single rupee. What? Oh, a map in pod for a map for Meyer. That's so needed. Well, actually, it's quite nice because they don't know what Meyer is.
The map for Meyer in the Meyer area.
So, Sora's gonna have, what, a small key or 20 rupees just to fulfill everything? Yeah, it's a small key. Is it valuable? Maybe?
Kinda.
It's been in logic for a long time. It could be.
One of those things where, since Friar didn't actually end up mirroring to the back of Super Money Cave like Gem did, he will be needing those pod keys.
Will indeed.
Gem heading on to the back. This either requires 3 keys by logic, or 4 if you happen to have the bow and the lamp.
Friar still hasn't found that hookshot to get the flute yet. Where was the hookshot? I believe you remember that.
It is on Dark Death Mountain, the drop down on the right-hand side that led to a Meyer Shed entrance.
That sounds perfectly normal.
Absolutely 100% normal. Finding unknowns in the dark.
Oh, well, we already know what Tower of Hera is.
So an interesting thing about there not being any, oh yeah, there's the old man connector. An interesting thing about there not being any expansions anymore. One of the most common items that you couldn't see in a dark room were the bomb and arrow expansions. So with those gone, it actually limits what you're finding in those chests when you don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little bit where to go next.
I think he was actually just checking to see what he got out of the dark room.
Yeah, that seems probable. Setting up the bomb jump as the old man is gonna take the main entrance this time.
Managed to not break his legs today.
Fire has to be careful here. 1 heart, dodging cabbages. Oh, more rupees. 300 more rupees. Just what Yem needed.
Up to 1,800! That's got quite a collection going on.
Oh, jolly.
So,
well, we're done in pod.
Having basically nothing for us that entire time. Seems about usual.
We'll have to go back. Yem almost forgetting about this one entrance here. It's pretty forgettable. Oh, Friar down to half a heart here.
Dead rocks. Dead rocks, please. Thankfully, that bonk fairy is there to save the day.
It is indeed. And checkerboard here, the final location in the Meyer area. Never mind.
We do actually still have Dark Igina.
Oh yeah, there's this one cave here. Wow. More caves.
Yes.
Forgettable. Can we move on now?
We found all the shops! We found out where they were! Oh.
Jem has these 1,800 rupees. He can buy the red shield 3 times and still have enough for a blue potion.
I'm only gonna wonder when Jem's gonna get up to the Bonk Rocks by Sanctuary. Oh, and speaking of getting to places, Prior's gonna get his hookshot.
And that's gonna be extremely valuable for him, essentially being the item that has locked him out of a lot of stuff at this point.
Mostly just making it so he doesn't have the flute. And Jem is in fact going to the Bonk Rock Spice Sanctuary, gonna get his hammer and lamp, and probably go straight into GT.
So we have one Turtle Rock entrance on Bonk Rocks and another one on King's Tome, so there's definitely some weird underground network here in Hyrule.
You never know what you're gonna find every single time you dig into a hole. Probably gonna be the first one.
Every taste is a new experience.
We're giving us our first experience in the Eastern Dark Realm now that the Old Man Save and Quit point has been unlocked. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with laser skips, looking a bit like me there.
We've all been there.
Yeah, some days you can laser skip, some days you'll just keep running into the wall instead of managing to do it.
And Yim, of course, having the lamp, or more, not the lamp, the King of Samaria, I should say, so he can actually continue here.
So without the Turtle Rock Big Key, this is actually the only way you can access this next chest, so it's really good to pop in here and take a look, because it could even just be the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Prior's gonna spend 100 rupees, the most valuable purchase today, to enter this one place, another Ganon's Tower small key.
How did that Samaria wave not hit the switch it was directly sitting on?
I'm not sure. Oh, Swamp is in pod.
Interesting! And since Fire hasn't found the dam yet, doesn't have the flippers anyways, but that is good information since we do need to actually take down Swamp.
And very conveniently located near that old man starting point from a save and quit.
Question from the chat, what did the Lumberjack tree lead to? It was the Uncle drop down, so you were able to get both of the items without having to destroy Uncle 1. Very convenient.
Yay!
Yay, convenience!
Woohoo! So we're still waiting for Prior to get his first crystal, but first of all, he's gonna get his flute.
He's gonna feel real sad in a moment when he realizes how long that thing's been available.
Unfortunately for him.
I'm having a little bit of difficulty into Rocky. Okay, we're good. Fine, everything's fine, nothing's ruined.
He does have the powder. Picking up the fairies, he can also catch them and put them in that bottle if he wants to.
Oof. Well, there was magic here, it's gone now. That fairy is playing coy, staying in the wall for a little while. But we're okay.
Fairies just disregard physics.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you need me for health? Oh, that's hilarious. Let me just stay over here.
Just go through walls. They're fairies. They do whatever they want.
Prior about to get that flute activated. There we go.
And Yem knowing that full magic pickup there.
Now, is he gonna go into Misery Mire? He has the lamp, he has the King of Samaria and the Big Key. He can full clear it, but will he do it?
Oh, a fairy for Yem. Lovely.
So many bottom fairies.
The taunting continues.
Oh, he's
big
really not being nice. Yeah.
So that's one more location he can check here. Does need a fire rod for the two on east.
And the front door, if I have this written down correctly, will spit him out in Lost Woods if he decides to go that way. He's not.
Yeah, Lost Woods. I have the same notes.
Nice. Probably taking his turn in Palace of Darkness to find all the nothing waiting for him.
A normal day in the life of Randomizer, as Yem is gonna find this other entrance to Turtle Rock.
When are one of these two gonna go to GT? It's GT time!
They do have the hook shot and the cane. And the hammer, of course.
Heck, with the cane and the lamp, they can even sequence break right-hand side.
Indeed, that is also a possibility.
Speaking of, here Gem goes now. It's GT time.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Ice Armos, aren't you?
Well, with magic powder, I think I know how this is gonna go down.
Are you gonna share it with the class or keep it a secret for now?
I'm gonna keep it a secret for now.
Oh, actually, Pod did have the book.
Oh, that was what was in the dark. Okay. I didn't catch
so
that.
it's something, you know, but not much. Like that Bombos. Well, that Bombos is Ice Palace. Oh, fun.
We're gonna have everybody's favorite meme, Fire Rod and Ice Palace.
Oh, this fairy.
Oh. We need like a statistic for Gem of how much time wasted by fairies this season.
And unfortunately, Prior did not get that bomb jump. And we did see Ice Palace nearby Eastern Palace at the Fairy Cave to the south, I believe.
Oh, there's the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Well, another Ice Rod down the list.
Yeah, the fairy definitely knows it's a race. So I'm just gonna skitter around, don't mind me. It's not like you have places to be.
Can we randomize the fairy movement as well and make it randomized?
That would probably just look like Moldorm.
So they adapt a different AI like thing, so they react as those bugs when you use the bug net on it, so it just like flies away and never gets caught.
Seems about right.
You know,
right.
Random room, 4 items. That's Ice Armor's boomerang, maybe not.
I mean, if you like the idea of having to hit them 48 separate times per Armos.
I like the idea of watching someone do it once, and that's about it.
It's pretty nasty having done it a couple of times. You will be at it for like 3 or 4 minutes.
It sounds like you've had a nightmare of it at least once.
I thought it would be a cool, ambitious idea to give it a shot. It was a terrible idea, never do it.
Also, here's this chest that never gets opened. Moving on, we don't need Hearthstone right now.
Now, in good old Crossworld Keysanity, you can sometimes find the Moon Pearl there, so... GT Big Chest can have the value.
That sounds like fun.
It's pretty fun.
Fun is very subjective when it comes to randomizer. I guess the term fun is randomized when it comes to this mode.
Alright, here we go. So, Magic Powder gives the ability to just go ahead and use Sword Beams, but we also have our handy-dandy Blue Cane. It's like a buzzsaw for Armos Knights! But one of them did manage to escape the buzzsaw too.
I like the lag.
It's pretty laggy, but it's also very fast compared to most other things.
I mean, I've played laggier games, so yeah, we're just gonna play some ping pong here and kill the final one.
So anything that hits very rapidly for fighter sword damage is the best alternative to taking out Ice Armos. And GT with the nothing.
There's tile room.
There is. Gem is deciding to forgo tile room as well as forgo sequence breaking right hand side, so I guess he's off to check the Turtle Rock Big Chest right away.
And prior with the map check shows that Desert is a crystal.
Alright, Desert will be important. We will also need its big key at some point.
Still don't know where the other 2 pendant dungeons are though. We do have Eastern, Skullwoods, and Thieves Town left, so 2 of them are pendants.
Turtle Rock Big Chest with the most valuable small key of the Hyrule Castle small key. We haven't even seen Hyrule Castle yet. Where is that thing?
It's not on my notes.
Yeah, it's like nobody's found an entrance to it yet. Where in the world?
Not to the Hyrule Castle, or to the Castle Tower, for that matter. So it's time to see if that pod actually gives something of value here. Well, that's pretty good.
Sword on the tablet. Classic meme.
Mire is a crystal as well.
Alright, so Meyer really should just be full cleared at this point, but I can understand waiting for at least that tempered sword. Alright, this house. This is one that we'll get forgotten pretty often, because you often have to make a second trip into it. It's a connector.
The bumper cave connector.
I suspect after checking Peg Cave, Gem might decide to go do Spike Cave. He's got the hammer. It's got burn on, that's good enough.
Prior's gonna see if he can open up this Turtle Rock entrance. He cannot.
Third and final medallion every time.
Of course, absolutely.
Now, here's what Gem missed ages ago. $20. Excellent.
The fantastic value. And he's gonna get his vanilla bottle. Vanilla empty bottle, even.
Now, that cave connector that we saw, I'm extremely suspicious of it to the point where I believe that it's going to take us... You know that one bridge in Turtle Rock that has two entrances attached to it, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, the one that has the laser eye door and the big chest door on the other side. You have to get up there with connectors in this mode. And that gets us to access to such lovely things as Mimic Cave and whatever the other entrance up there is.
Well, we've already found Mimic Cave.
Well, I mean, like, the Mimic Cave entrance.
But they haven't checked Mimic Cave with the hammer yet.
It's true. There's a lot of cleaning up to do, and Gem's gonna start with this.
Oh, it is a crystal.
So, no spell keys means you have to route this somewhat less than ideally, but it's fine.
I mean, it's Meyer. Can you ever route it ideally?
With one small key, kind of, I guess. You still have to do cutscene chests, but I mean...
Yeah, in this mode, you're basically forced to check every single item.
Yep, because if you skip one thing, it's gonna be one of those many big keys you need, and you're gonna make a sad face.
Prior taking some time to think before making the dip, and is that a tile room coming up for him?
That is definitely a tile room.
Oh, yay.
But is it exciting? We're gonna go grab a wall for it. Oh, he's just gonna straight sequence break right side. Okay. Okay, I'm behind this.
This does require a bomb jump that is not that hard, but not that common.
Yep. So, prior to going for the ambitious plays right off the bat, I like this a lot, actually.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
The neat thing about this is anything that you find on the right-hand side tells you that the fire rod is not there. That's why I like this sequence break, if you can do it quickly.
And meanwhile, Gem is proceeding through Meyer.
So far, so nothing, but that can change very quickly.
That was a very logical statement. They're setting up the bomb jump here now. You may explain it.
Yeah, the big thing with this one is, and it's tricky to do, especially if you don't know how to do spin setups, you have to bomb yourself across to get to that first torch before falling into the pit to respawn at the top. But you have a timed interval of fireballs being shot at you, and a Wallmaster coming down every now and then to try and grab you. So not only do you have to line up all these timed elements, but you also have to make sure to be in the right positioning for that bomb jump. And at this point, Prior will die if he does it. So you need a heart and a half. And he's on the right pixel, but it's just not happening right now. Too little health.
No. Does he have a fairy? He should have a fairy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gem waited a cutscene chest to be moving on.
20 whole dollars. And Prior gets grabbed out of the pit. That is probably going to stop him from trying that again.
Yep. Oh well.
So that's one of the most difficult bomb jumps to do in the game, just because it's high stress. You just have a lot of stuff that you have to line up at the same time. Right.
We do find a boomerang. So Gem's got them both.
Decked out in all those rebound sticks.
It's gonna be so valuable for literally nothing.
not actually proceeding down to the big chest for the moment. Oh, right, he doesn't have the big key yet. He did not actually go to the pyramid ledge yet, so we'll be back here soon enough.
Oh, this fairy for Prior. Oh no.
That fairy dropped them both. They both got the fairy drop.
I demand to speak with the spokesperson for the fairy community department. This is outrageous. This should not be allowed.
Oh, they came so far, and they tried so hard, but in the end, the fairy got away anyways.
I don't even know.
So you want some help? You want some help? You want some help? Nah. So I'm gonna find out what this small key is up here on the torch.
You've been waiting a long time to see what this key is gonna be.
It's probably Pod.
It's Meyer.
Oh baby, so useful.
I feel like the taunting continues. The fairies, the crabs, the hearts, the keys, the everything.
There's a big key when I wasn't looking? Yeah,
Nope.
that's what I thought.
We still need that ice rod.
Chip not even doing the right-hand side of desert either. I'm so confused at this very moment.
That makes us 2. I had to think there because I wanted to say 3. I don't know why I wanted to say 3.
I think it's safe to say the seed's getting to them a little bit.
A little. I mean, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. Prior still doesn't have a crystal. Gem has 1.
Yeah, a lot of these you'll start seeing your first crystal around like the hour 25-minute mark because you end up with everything and then you just start chain clearing dungeons.
They have so many items, but you just don't have the keys to do them.
It's looking like the Ice Palace play may be what we need to do.
Or maybe this small key... No.
Just another fire. Oh! Okay, Prior.
Yeah, I'm also starting to think Ice Palace at this point.
Prior not going for the sword beam strats, which are actually... Oh, there we go. Considerably faster than using the tempered sword spins. Riveting.
Yay, I'm so excited.
Look,
I'm gonna check Bombo's tablet.
Mm-hmm. It allows the Armos Knights to last about as long as any other boss instead of just dying instantly, so...
This is a well-designed fight without the bow. Clearly intended to not be done without the bow. Oh, speaking of...
There it is! So that book, oh my god. The bow was in Palace of Darkness, basically.
Oh no! No.
Hashtag every time.
Oh, why?
It's a good thing Chef realized what item he got in the dark, because that was mandatory.
And by logic, you need a lamp from Laser Bridge.
And back into Palace of Darkness he goes to see what prizes he has won today. Here, remember to do right-hand side.
And that required the boots. So you need the boots to find the lamp to go to Pod, to go to Bombo's tablet to go back to Pod, by logic.
Intended logic's tasty, isn't it?
Yay. I need a duck right now. Can someone give me a duck?
There's a literal platter of amazement.
Well, that's Pod and Eastern at least clearable, and that opens up the Pyramid Fairy location. Oh no.
Well, let's see. Is Fire gonna do Tile Room for us, or is he gonna go for the sequence break again?
You know, if he does Pod now, and then goes and does Eastern, he just goes into the nearby cave and gets the big bomb immediately after.
This is a point, yes, and then he can just float over and check the Fat Fairy entrance.
And what was the pyramid item again? Because he didn't check it, I believe.
The Misery Meyer Big Key, so this will actually work out for him if he does exactly that order.
I love Keysanity so much.
It's got a nice flow to it, an entrance at least.
Yeah, when the things line up like that. Oh, all that work for the Turtle Rock map. It's Too bad he already talked to Sahasra.
Oh, that's gotta be insulting. Hey, you spent a minute and a half doing this. Here you go. Here's information you already know.
Friar is still searching for his first crystal at this point.
Now, he could go finish up Hero whenever he wants to, because he did get the big key out of Thieves Town.
Can you imagine a pedestal check at some point?
I mean, he could, I guess. I mean, other than a big key, there's not a lot that could be on there right now.
Which big key is missing again?
We need Desert, Thieves maybe, if there's something in the pack. That's it. We have the rest.
Hmm.
Huh.
Indeed.
Wait a minute. We could be a set of flippers from Go Mode.
Possibly?
Because you can sequence break the back of Skull Woods with the lamp. And Tudor Rock is a pendant. And we have bombos for Ice Palace.
Yeah. We have all the keys necessary to do everything. This could be Flipper's Go Mode.
Yeah, because as soon as Gem finds the entrance to Swamp and Pod, then all we need is the flippers. And there's the last big key.
To Skull Woods.
Second last big key then. We need flippers and we need them now.
Now calm down. Let the seed have its fun.
It will. He'll probably put them in some ridiculous out-of-the-way place like it likes to.
Like ice.
Like ice.
You know, we haven't found the mushroom yet. So if you want to go into the fetch shenanigans, we do know where the witch is, of course. But, you know...
I forgot DP Big Key as well. He'll turn up.
Yem going back into Ganon's tower.
Yep, we do actually have to do Aga 2. It is part of the requirements for a defeat Ganon goal, so might as well see what's on the ascent.
And there's a couple of items along the way as well.
Yep, it's one of those things, whenever you're playing the alternative goal, Crystals, which doesn't require an Aga 2 defeat, almost always up here. Wait a minute, the Kakariko Well's on the pyramid. This is going to be a lot of items.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And the bow being on Bombo's tablet with the book and pod, I think Gem is sitting pretty at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he has 2 crystals, 1 hour 22 minutes in, that's pretty good.
Going for the GT Ascent already, it's like... the other people in this race are gonna have to connect to quite a few dots to be at the same position.
You know, Gem is a pretty good player. Summer 2018 champion.
Mm-hmm. Got that nice satchel of money stuffed into his pocket, I guess?
Will he hit 2,000 this seed? He hasn't been to Sora yet, and may have skipped that entirely.
Well, it's just a pod key, and if he never has to go back to pod, then he's good.
I mean, he's done with pod, so, you know.
That is one concerning thing about finishing pod as early as he did. If you don't have at least 5 keys for pod, then you had to leave the Harmless Hellway chest and the Vanilla Big Key chest. And if either of those has the TP Big Key or the flippers, Gem could be searching for a long time.
And Gem waiting here to line up the Lanmolas.
Going for bombs, okay.
Those were very effective. I'm a big fan of Ice Rod whenever you don't have Fire Rod for this.
Yeah, and he can be a little bit more liberal with his magic too, since no Fire Rod for the Torch Room, so don't need nearly as much to go through the ascent.
Now we haven't found the silver arrows or the half magic yet.
Probably in Swamp.
Left side both.
say one in the big chest.
I mean, they have the big key, so that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Just seems like the type of things you would do.
They seem too nice.
I'd rather than the Tuna Rock entrance, which would be terrible.
Seem terrible, you mean very good if you're watching this, and very bad if you're playing this?
Oh, it makes me wonder if Gem's ever gonna get up to Ether Tablet to get his Tempered Sword. Probably not, to be honest. Gem forgetting he does not have a Fire Rod.
So we'll have to reset this room and try again.
Muscle memory is a terrible thing sometimes.
I mean, how often are you in this room without Fire Rod?
Not very often, so I really don't blame him.
Well, there's one more room with torches to light.
It's got more than enough magic. Probably just gonna bonk across here. Yep. Oh, nope, just walking. That's a lot less swag, though.
Are you disappointed now? All this value up here, you know, a shield and a compass.
Amazing items. Could not ask for anything more.
I mean, we're basically just waiting for flippers, I presume.
Pretty much. That could be in so many places. It could be even Ice Palace. It could be just about everywhere you don't want them to be. Could even be the
I mean,
Green
that's the
Pentacle.
thing. Just another ice rod to find.
Well, at least this one's a little bit more restricted in terms of where it can be.
Well, not that much up here.
So the real prize is waiting for after we defeat Act 2, because there are 5 items waiting in the Kakariko well at that pyramid drop-down. We'll get to see if any of them are useful.
So I guess this is a good time to predict whether or not Gem will reach 2,000 rupees after that cave.
I don't know. It'd have to be a decent amount of rupees in there, but he will pick up a 5er on the way, so maybe if there's a 50 rupee drop.
Well, I got 2 goals down, and that's that one objective down for Gem, and Prior with his first crystal.
Also showing us that the Misery Mire Big Key doesn't lead to any progression other than the crystal, so Gem is fortunate for the time being.
And time to drop into the well.
Yep, by process of elimination we know this is the well, because we just haven't seen it yet.
Oh, jolly. Ganon always wanted to live his life in a well.
Yeah, that's why he's hanging out in the blacksmith one.
We are not finding any rupees yet. Oh no! That fire rod. Are we going back to GT now?
We could. I mean, Gem's about to get the Misery Mire Big Key on the pyramid, so he'll have more reasons to go back.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, Friar is moving through Ice Palace now. So, GT required for Fire Rod, that's fun.
It's pretty great, honestly, having to go all the way through GT to get the Fire Rod, which might not even be required in the first place.
So... we have all the big keys, right?
Except for the Desert Palace one.
Yeah, but that means pedestal is in logic now.
We also need the Thief Sound one for pedestal at least, but the Desert Palace one is the one we really need.
Okay, so there is that too. Well, Gem is unfortunately gonna get rid of 500 rupees here.
Yeah, we're not gonna hit that 2k just yet. He's gonna get one more though here in a second.
He's gonna get the single rupee from Catfish.
The ultimate value.
And then the other single rupee on Sora Ledge.
amazing.
I'm shaking my head, but you can't see it, but I'm shaking my head.
I can feel your disapproval. Look, Catfish is just trying to tell people that he wants a penny for his thoughts.
A literal penny.
We don't even have those anymore. Canada's weird.
I'm not gonna bring in the Swedish economy in this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask. I'm about to get his lovely small key to pod, just to let him know, hey, it might be one of the 2 chests that are still in there.
Oh, yay.
As Fire goes ahead and dives deep into Ice Palace, hoping that we'll find something.
I only checked 1 location so far, and there are 3 locations over here in the seaside. Not really interested.
I'm remembering about the old man save equip point, so we can figure out what else is over on this side.
So far, so nothing.
Yep, Fire was already over here earlier, although he didn't check the cave that Gem's about to head to right now. So what's in here?
This entrance will lead... Never mind.
Just 4 fairies.
Yeah, it seems to be a recurring theme right now. Or it was, but now it is again.
So Gem decided to go ahead and clear out Ice Palace as well, so going to be a little bit of tracing each other's footsteps for a moment.
Unfortunately for him, he will have the ice rod, so it will be faster.
Ah yes, ice, for extra cold. Nice.
I just realized.
I think you have ice rods on the brain.
You know, I've made a lot of really weird things. I've said a lot of really dumb stuff when I've done commentary. I still think the best thing I said was the Spike Rod Cave.
Speaking of Spike Cave, neither of them have actually gone over to check that yet, so...
Flippers are there, or the mushroom is there that leads there, or that Thieves Town Big Key.
There's a lot of possibilities. Ooh, Fire messing up the bomb jump and having to go back up if he wants to get freeze over him.
It's very unfortunate for him, but he will get that full hard refill, which is kind of nice.
We're getting up there in the heart counts now that we have access to the rest of the game.
Oh, yay. Probably still has 1 more location to check before going to Coles there.
Yep, although he has to climb his way back up as well if he wants to get that freeze-or chest. Now he does have the Tempered Sword, which will help considerably for this boss. Oh, he did already check Iced Tea. I am a derp.
I mean, I thought it was the same chest.
Let's make it another lap around. This time you'll hopefully get that bomb jump. There's actually a really easy and neat setup for the bomb jump in this room. All you have to do is turn to the right and hold up. It will automatically place you in the correct position to get launched over the pit. Like so.
Unbelievable!
Yep, that way you don't have to fuss about with spin setups or anything. It's just a nice and easy one.
And all that work for another heart container.
There's a lot of health in Ice Palace, but not a whole lot of anything else.
The ice cold heart.
Well, we see on Cold Stair today.
Meanwhile, we're just here in Flipper's waiting room.
Well, Flipper's in a big key, but the Desert Palace big key is probably going to be behind the Flippers, because we're not allowed to have Flippers go mode. We're not allowed to go mode swamp. That's not in the contract.
Of course not. Of course not. Why is it always desert? That's the annoying place.
I don't know, that does end up being frequent, if having that big key be kind of hard to find. It's quick to finish once you get it, but...
But perhaps after this great Cold Stair fight, he will be rewarded...
300 bucks!
Yemi still hit 2k.
You know what's really concerning me right now? The fact that neither of them have checked the right side of desert despite having that small key for about 5 years. Gem has been right beside the right side of desert twice now and has scorned it both times. So hopefully there's nothing important in there.
I remember watching the Keysanity tournament last year, and that left side desert. So many times the go mode item was there. Fryer's gonna check it now though.
Oh good. Finally get some closure on this location. Please check more than just the small key. Please check more than just the small key.
Desert, big key, vanilla location.
Be pretty funny.
I mean, you gotta have more than one vanilla. Oh boy. I'm just gonna do the calls there. Some more rupees for Fryer.
$50 and a whole lot of
Nothing.
bombs. Okay, Jeb's safe. The amount of luck going on right now is ferocious.
You gotta finish that last Kirby.
Oh yeah, pink puffballs. A little bit more eyeball-y than usual, though. It's like if you combined Kirby with one of the Kirby final bosses.
I did commentate a seed where all the sprites and all that was randomized, and I believe the coasters were actually 3 Kirbys.
Oh, Randomizer, you do weird things sometimes. Ah, man, Fryer's just getting all the chores that we've been talking about out of the way.
Yeah, the Spike Rod Cave.
Ah, it's a shame there's no rods in here for him to actually find.
Oh, he's still missing both rods. So, pedestal is in logic now, huh?
Remember when I was talking about how Spike Cave... I'm almost saying it out too. Spike Cave almost always has a big key in it. Well, there you go. It's not the one they wanted to see, but it is.
Insert head shaking here.
And Jem's gonna come in here. I wonder if he's gonna jump in the water. He has to think about it for a minute. It's like, wait. You can sense the eagerness because he really wants to do Swamp because it's a crystal. But the flippers are still out and about.
Yeah, they are somewhere in this wild world. Yem flew to the wrong location.
I think he was thinking about doing Eastern and then decided against it.
It is that Eastern with the big bomb play, as mentioned earlier, but it looks like he wants to finish off Meyer first. Spire's gonna go ahead and do Mimic Cave.
If he wants to figure out what his last pendant is, you can just kill Mothula really fast.
That's true. And then you can mirror and check the pedestal. No, wait, you can't do that. Hey, my brain is fried. It's been 1 hour 40 minutes. My brain is fried.
It's okay, Mike. Not everybody plays this mode.
So, if you have the Spike Rod, is it really good or really bad against Mothula?
I don't know. Last I checked, pointy things are very effective at dealing with bugs.
But Mothula likes those spikes.
This is the point. Mothula doesn't actually take damage from spikes. Mothula's a cheater.
Fryer is finally gonna do Tower of Hera.
Oh, we get to find out what's in the basement. Oh, this is another thing that could be a problem for Gem.
Silver arrows.
I mean, those would be a nice convenience.
The final sword.
Ah, no coffee break this time. Let's try it again, though. There we go. Sit down, take a rest, Fryer. Get yourself a drink or something.
Getting some spikes shooting up from the ground. Or something. I don't know what they're supposed to be.
You mean the tiles?
Yeah.
They're just...
strange contraption thingamajigs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ceramic tiles that happen to be somehow psychically projected into your face.
Sounds about right.
Oh, I'm dodging all the bullets today. Now, it does depend, though, because some of these one-offs, like, if these last two items keep eluding Gem, then you could end up having to check all these one-offs one at a time, and that always gets really sad at the end of an entrance seed.
I mean, you never want to go back and check a bunch of one-offs you couldn't check when you were first there.
The flute does help a ton with that, but it's still just going back into dungeons and checking singular chests.
Yeah. Also, where is Hyrule Castle?
Yeah, we haven't seen Hyrule Castle yet. I'm thinking that they're probably all hammerlocked. Like, there's probably an entrance in the GT entrance, one on the Turtle Rock Bridge, and probably one in Turtle Rock itself.
And the Pyramid Fairy?
That'd be too easy.
Too easy?
Yeah. Oh, Shim's
Sure.
I need. Wonder if Shim's gonna do the exciting tile room for that Turtle Rock map.
Oh, yay. I'm so excited.
That you just can't fight it?
Well, here we go. We have one fun fight on the left and one fun fight on the right.
Prior about to find the rod he didn't want to see.
Indeed. And now he can do ice paddles. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, that's where it always ends up.
I mean, it makes sense for it to be there, you know. But, you know.
The Gem did the pyramid check. He at least grabbed the Mystery Mire and the pyramid drop down. But the Pyramid Fairy entrance is still out, like, still up for grabs as to whether or not it's something we need.
Still waiting for that one. Oh, that was closer than it should have been.
Feel just a little bit of a scrape there from the Wallmaster trying to get that grab off.
Those Wallmaster hitboxes are a bit weird sometimes.
They're a lot bigger than it seems, too, just to make it extra unnerving.
Well, was coming back here valuable? Well, no. 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 And no.
Nope!
Not worth.
Oh, great. So you got the Fire Rod, and then it gives you 2 Turtle Rock small keys for Green Pendant Turtle Rock. It's like he's trying to tell you something. In fact,
Yeah.
Gem's gonna go act on that right now, actually.
I mean, that's how Gem plays. You get something, gotta check it out immediately or as soon as possible.
Alright, we're gonna go see a Tridex fight.
So where was the hustle again? Kakariko, right side.
Mm-hmm. And hey, the nice thing about this is, after you kill Tridex, he'll spit you out the front entrance to Turtle Rock so you can check the Fire Rod related chests.
Next level routing.
And yet, after all this, the one Fire Rod location that still has yet to be checked is Mothula.
Yeah. Anyway, Prior is gonna get the bow now. That's gonna allow him to do both Eastern and Pod.
Yep, as well as that GT Ascent, so he's got some work to go do. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the fire head there. But he does have that convenient just received blue potion from Ganis Tower, so if he keeps missing shots, he'll still be okay.
All as planned.
There we go. Waiting for that Ice Rod head to go for the attack so he can get some hammer swings off.
Here we go again.
And didn't need to use his pull.
I mean, if you can save it, you save it. This glorious green pendant.
Oh, makes me wonder if he's gonna check it right away. Where are these flippers?
Where could they be?
Right there!
Well, that's awfully convenient.
Oh god, fire rod and ice rod, mandatory!
Required for flippers.
And now it's the great hunt for the Desert Palace Big Key. Gotta go find that last ice rod.
Yeah. And it can be literally anywhere.
Yup! The Desert Palace Big Key can be in 214 out of 216 locations.
Gem again with the muscle memory. Going left instead of going right.
Why does it always come down to one big key?
So this routes perfectly into a pedestal check.
Pretty much, although he would still have to find that Thieves Town big key in Spike Cave.
That is true. But you could.
He could go out and check the pedestal, yeah. It might not be a bad idea, to be honest.
Maybe the compass is pointing him to it.
Nah, he's got the flute out. He's not gonna. We'll live in suspense for now.
I mean, that's for the best. We need to have the suspense.
Yeah, I mean, there's 214 locations. What's the chance that the one that we need is pedestal, right?
Is Trinix the big lore? No.
Oh, this scene has a sense of humor. I like it.
Somewhat vanilla in a weird way. I don't even know.
Jumps off the Swamp Palace.
I don't blame him at all.
He's got 10 items in Swamp Palace. He's got the big key as well, so he can check all 10 of those. Surely one of them's the Desert Palace small key. I mean, big key, right?
Well, we haven't even seen what's inside of it, so some sort of excitement at least. Still waiting for those 2k rupees.
Well, we might find them. Just need another 300 to drop during all this.
Man, Sora ruined the seed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, silvers are just on the way.
Yeah, that was pretty convenient, so no worries about that Ganon fight. Because Master Sword Ganon isn't very fun.
At least we know at this point that whenever another big key pops out of a treasure chest, it is absolutely the correct one, because we have found every single remaining big key in the game.
And one final ice rod.
The games are really good at deking you when you're just looking for one of them as well. It's like, oh, you wanted that one? Here, have this one!
I love single item goose hunts.
Yeah. There's that Skull Woods one. Oh, yeah,
Maybe...
neither of them have checked that yet.
Yeah, maybe Prior will do the Pyramid Fairy and do Eastern while that, because there's one item location there in Eastern as well.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking right now, what entrances have we not seen that contain an item?
I mean, there's the Ganon's Tower entrance, of course, there's the Turtle Rock entrance, Pyramid Fairy entrance.
Yeah, but it's like, do we have any more caves that have items in them left? We might have seen them all. So we have all the dungeon entrances, and we've seen a lot of...
That's another convenient location there for Gem.
Gem just tripping over the means of destroying his enemies.
Sword and silver arrows here in Swamp, but I think you're right. There may not be any more locations that give items at this point. Oh, there are. The entirety of Hyrule Castle.
Ah, yes! That is an excellent point!
Where is it? I mean, it must be in the remaining locations.
I have never seen Hyrule Castle go this long without being discovered. This is kind of amazing. We also have Aghanim's Tower that's never showed up. So that's 6 items between those two.
That's 4 locations that we still don't know, but they have to be at Turtle Rock, Ganon's Tower, the Pyramid Fairy, but what's the 4th spot?
Well, Briar's going to go ahead and do the big bomb play for us.
Small key for Meyer, that's riveting.
Riveting out of 10. Both runners giving us some clutch today.
Yeah.
We've actually already seen all 3 of the entrances at the top of Hyrule Castle, so it's not that one.
Do you remember earlier when you spoke about that bumper cave entrance? Where was the bumper cave entrance again?
It was in the Hammer House of Village of Outcasts. Whole gem, almost with the Zero Cycle. That was some nice looking stuff.
Yeah, we didn't see that one be explored. So maybe there's like some locations left up on Death Mountain that haven't been explored properly.
We also haven't seen the back of the old man home cave. So that could connect up there too.
Well, Jem, very happy to find that heart piece to add to his 17 heart collection.
It's like, he's got temper and silvers now, so it's not like Swamp wasn't, kind to him. It's just it didn't give him what he actually wants.
We found the castle!
Oh, it's Hyrule Castle and the Pyramid Fairy! Now, whatever you do, since Turtle Rock's entrance is still on the table here, don't leave Hyrule Castle until you've gotten all 4.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh at he's in here.
Well, 20 rupees.
The amazing hunt for escape.
I mean, 2-hour escape is just normal, basic routing. You do that every single seed. It's the glory.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to do front of escape because you might have nothing and you'd spend 2 minutes doing that, so they keep putting it off, especially since they started an uncle.
Yeah. Oh, look, a compass, so valuable.
There's a lot of good stuff happening in this escape right now.
This gem is going left side swamp. What is more enjoyable? This castle escape or left side swamp?
I mean, at least you have something to do in escape.
I mean, you're doing lots of things in left side swamp, like going through doors, flipping switches, not being able to run properly.
Good old ankle-deep water slowed us down. Fire leaving us in suspense, as the frames are dropping.
We must let the frames take their due time. This is important.
The suspense will live on.
We will return to Prior later. Meanwhile, watch GM actually pick up locations here in Swamp before leaving and doing something else.
Will it be in the big key? Nope.
But maybe this last chest that is normally a big key will bless him with a big no.
Nope! Yay! Oh hey, that's actually kind of useful. Jim can find out what the last pendant is.
Yeah, and it's Eastern Palace.
Skull Woods.
Yeah, the final pendant is Skull Woods, but the crystal is Eastern Palace.
Yep, so he's probably gonna head over there and finish it right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he can get the big bomb and go into Hyrule Castle. And then the suspense will be over.
It's totally what's gonna happen.
I can't believe the seed.
Oh, this is how it usually goes. You spend the last, half an hour searching for your Gumbo item. Because it's always the key.
Well, Jam actually has 2 locations. Checking in here did forget about that big chest.
Yep, but I mean, it's not going to be in here, right? Why would it be that convenient?
Yeah, you gotta be Ether in here. And the mushroom.
Oh, man. So, if it's ether, then that means the to the rock entrance is totally gonna be Agamem's tower.
Yeah? You sure?
I mean, it's the only one that we haven't seen yet.
We still have the other two entrances to Hyrule Castle.
It's true, but I mean, like, you had to put the nasty thing up there, right? So, another thing is, we haven't seen any of the southeastern part of the Dark World. There are 4 entrances down there, and neither of them are checked.
Oh yeah, that's a thing as well. Because flippers are needed to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine getting Go Mode items and unlocking Aga 1.
Oh, that'd be super exciting. Thankfully, we only had to go as far into Castle Tower as the first 2 chests, because we've already gotten what's under the Lumberjack tree. Yeah, I could just be at home. Go ahead.
Gem just got silver arrows, so you know, this is a pretty simple fight.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh yeah, Ether, of course! Yeah, we're going into the Turtle Rock main entrance. Amazing.
Oh,
I'm loving this so much!
Marge, I can feel your pain right now. It's like reverberating across the room.
My cheeks are in so much pain from all the laughter.
Jem deciding, nah, I'm not gonna grab the big bomb. And is heading... Where are you heading, Jem? Where are you going?
This was the Desert Palace.
Oh, he's finally checking right side, does he?
He's gonna be thrilled to find his nothing over here.
So this is the phase where Jem starts going and checking like all these one-off locations. So this is the painful phase.
Gotta look for that desert big key.
The waterfall cave was actually found from the other side already. It was one of the Paradox Cave entrances.
I mean, he has to go and do Skull Woods at some point?
Looks like he might be heading... No. Where's he going? Oh, he's going up Death Mountain to check to the rock. Got it! Oh yeah, he still has to check the entrance. He still hasn't checked the entrance to Hookshot Cave. Because he was a bunny the first time he was up there, and it's probably just like...
Oh man. How do you remember that?
By having a map tracker that shows you that there's something that isn't unchecked yet.
But you have 2 map trackers, right? One for both. Or just one. Or did neither of them check that location?
Prior did. It was this.
So you have 2 map trackers.
I'm doing things. I'm keeping track. I play
You
this
sure
mode.
are keeping track. Okay, so 2 map trackers while commentating, while reading chat. Can I get a piece of your brain? Is it for sale? I can buy it for
No.
2,000 rupees.
I need my multitasking capabilities, but let's find out what is in the entrance to the rock.
I mean, it must be Castle Tower or Aga 1 at this point. Maybe. Can it be like a weird cave that leads to the southeast side, the Dark Ice Wall cave area?
I mean, it could totally just be Buffer Cave.
Um,
Side of Silver Bunny Cave!
oh, that was exciting.
Oh my goodness, we didn't see that yet, that's right!
Well, moving on.
Jem still hasn't checked this, which was also useless. What really tickles me is that the back of the old man's home still hasn't been checked.
It's fine, it's fine.
Everything is absolutely 100% okay with this. Where are we? Oh, he's off to check Ether Tower. Well, get a delightful gold sword.
That's pretty nice. Oh, Spy Cave? Has Spy Cave been checked yet?
Yeah, it had the Thieves Town big key.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Wait, I mean the actual cave, Spy Cave.
Oh, it had nothing. Just
Oh, okay.
another fairy cave.
Oh,
Actually, I think
yeah.
it was a shop.
I mean, fairies, shops, kind of same thing.
Yeah.
Really. Well, what's your next destination, Jem?
Jem was unable to do the chicken hunt down at the bottom of the west side Death Mountain here, so he's gonna get that 100% amazing piece of heart.
Yeah, the 2-hour chicken hut play.
Jem's just going down the checklist of all the things that have been nagging the back of his brain right now.
I mean, he's routing this very well.
Mm-hmm. 18 hearts! You can tell an entrance scene's been going on a bit when.
I remember when I had 4 and they were killed by crabs. Where were you at that point? I was here commentating it.
It seems like just yesterday.
Oh, my brain.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get a hobo and a Highly Island check.
Well, it's been some time.
This has only been
There we
available
go.
for Fake Fairies for like.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Of course.
I
You
swear,
happy now?
If the Desert Palace Big Key's in here, I swear.
Well, it's another heart.
It's hard. We're off to a great start.
Golly. I love the 2-hour Aga 1 play.
It's okay, we'll at least be able to leave after this. 20 bucks!
Almost 2K, we're getting there.
Time to see. Okay, what's the Ice Palace entrance? This is always a fun one this late into the game. Is it going to be another Hyrule Castle entrance? Because we don't have any.
It's going to be Hyrule Castle. Oh, if it takes the main entrance here, he's going to go to Pyramid. And then he has to go all the way back.
So we have a grand total at this point of 3 entrances remaining in the entire. Actually, 4. 4 entrances in the entire game remaining.
And 1 is a Hyrule Castle.
Yep. So Dark World Shopping Mall, the back of Skull Woods. Those are our only 2 locations left that have anything waiting.
So you know all that suspense earlier with Prior? We're getting it again.
Here we go! Is it gonna be
We've
at the
been
bottom?
waiting 10 whole minutes. We've waited for this moment. That I am hyping up for literally no reason, but I have nothing better to do at this point.
Look,
I need to get my brain alive again.
Searching for a big key for like 20 minutes, it's fine.
A big key to slay some snakes in the desert, or not really the desert because it's actually located in the Dark World surrounded by some trees in a shop that isn't actually a shop, but you know, it's video game logic. Everything is perfectly fine here. Oh, we found the big key! No, wait, it's the wrong big key. Oh no, it's the wrong big key. Oh, it's just a map.
Wow. Well, the question has finally been answered. The question of the last 10 minutes of what was in Zelda's cell.
A map.
Amazing! You know, at this point, I'm pretty much expecting it to be the back of Thieves Town.
That sounds pretty plausible at this point.
Yeah, it's the highest density item location left in the game at this point, so that's a thing that's actually true.
But you know, Jem and going into Pendant Dungeons, and especially Pendant Thieves Town,
yes,
not
actually
really.
Which is Spike Cave.
And there's a lot of locations in Thieves Town at this point, because I only checked the first 4. Oh, look, bombs.
Well, time to check those connectors.
Time to go to the pyramid!
He's gonna be so sad, because he's gonna check this one first and get stuck.
And now he has to run all the way back. He's like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna flute back there.
He's like, come on! So I just wanted to check the entrances. Oh yeah, he's going right back. Oh my goodness. Jem really, really wants to find that Tutor Rock Bridge, but he still hasn't checked the...
Hobo.
Oh, he's just gonna... The connectors are just being denied today. We'll never find the Tutor Rock Bridge.
But it shall live on
Yeah.
somewhere in this weird universe.
Alright, that means that we actually have 6 entrances left.
I'm very happy you're here to keep track of everything for us.
I do what I can.
You're doing the 5 rupee work.
5 whole dollars. Well, I mean, at least the hobo has something contextually appropriate.
Yeah, I mean... Last savings. Oh, he's not going back.
He's going back into pod to check those last 2 chests.
I cannot believe. Actually, I can believe.
Does he actually have 2 small keys?
Yeah, he just has 2 smaller keys. And this just shows how much he hates that Pendant Thieves Town.
Well, it's more like Spike. He has to get to Spike Cave if he wants to get that big key.
Oh, yeah.
This is all the way over in Village of Outcasts, which they don't have any convenient way to other than traditional methods.
Well,
Slow.
he's out.
Slowly, but surely, we're whittling down these one-off locations. What's next, Terror Basement?
Go mode or 2k rupees first.
Yeah,
Oh,
Terror
he's-
Basement!
Or going back into the castle? No.
Oh,
Or-
yes!
We're going back in! Oh, you're not gonna go to Sora? He's not going to Sora to pick up the single rupee on the ledge.
You really want that 2K. You want it so bad.
I've been waiting for it. It's like... This seed has been taunting the players in terms of heart and weapon locations, and it's been taunting me in terms of that 2k rupee.
It's like the flippers on Tridex were already pretty bad, but having 214 plausible locations to check for this big key is just very painful.
We are going to be... goodbye. We're leaving now.
Expected out of 10. Okay, here he goes. Here he goes. He's gonna go to Village of Outcasts, or he's gonna check the back of Skullwoods, one of the 2.
Yeah. We're just waiting for something to happen at this point.
Oh, he's doing it! He's getting the hammer out! Oh my goodness.
Dear.
So how frustrated do you think he's gonna be when he sees the words Thieves Town instead of Desert Palace on this big key?
We can ask him in the interview after this.
This is an excellent point!
Assuming he wants to do one, because, you know, if you play the seed like this, I don't blame anyone for not wanting to do a post-game interview because of the beginning of Thieves Town. He's not happy.
Oh, just that moment of yes! No! Your hopes
Well,
raised and dashed in an instant.
he may just go into Thieves Town at this point. Oh, it's Thieves Town again? Super Bunny?
That is correct. They top the Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, that's what I've written. Woohoo, I can also keep track of stuff. Unbelievable.
He's checking these Skullwoods big chest. So here's another one off that we haven't gotten around to.
Will we get the pedestal check now? Because the pedestal is in logic for him. No, it's not there.
Have a refund on the bomb you used to get across.
But no refund on the heart. Oh, have we seen the back entrance here in Skullwoods?
Nope, this is one of those 6 remaining entrances. Oh,
But it can't be anything valuable, which is likely why he's mirroring. Or wait, this was... I have this written down somewhere.
Oh, he wants the magic.
Oh, or maybe not.
I guess he second guessed what it was?
Oh, this is never a good sign.
Jem's starting to get a little bit nervous.
Oh
Jem
dear.
is currently looking for the Desert Palace Big Key and has been searching for it for about 30 minutes.
I am searching for 2k rupees.
You sure are.
I need that 111. But this can't really be anything in here unless we missed something.
It's the other side of Bumper Cave.
Oh, good thing they didn't check that earlier. Unless they really wanted to get this pedestal check earlier, and the camera gets really weird.
Yeah, it does not like you coming out of there from a different entrance than the normal one.
And now it's the moment you've been waiting for a very long time. Will this pedestal be required? What is going to be as the book is going to come out? And, well, I mean, that's not bad, but not worth time.
We're not getting that today.
Nope.
Oh my goodness, it's totally gonna be in Thieves Town.
I have to imagine it's there.
You know what's the really sad... Oh.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. I like to hear sad stuff.
You know what's really sad? Is that... Okay, so, what am I trying to say here? I thought I had it. It's slipping. Cred.
Here, borrow this part of my brain.
Alright, so, if there's anything important on that Turtle Rock Bridge, neither of them checked the back of the old man's home, which is the only connector that can take you there anymore. It's the last connector in the game.
Okay, can I have my brain back now?
Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Well, that's a location, but first, Thieves Town. There are 4 locations in here.
Well, will it be pinned in Thieves Town with our go mode? Only time will tell.
Gem Independent Thieves Towns.
I'm pretty sure we've seen every single entrance that can give an item, though, so it's either here or it's Mothula. One of the two.
That leaves 5 possible locations.
Mm-hmm. We've searched almost all 216.
I mean, this is a good time to guess. Where is that Desert Palace Vicky? There are 5 different locations where you can get your guesses in. No, don't do that.
Or you can put 6 in case I think of fifth time I forgot one. But Jim, why are you hitting the switch? You have to check the hint tile.
I think the 2k rupee dream is dead at this point.
Yeah, I don't think there's another 300 in the pool. Oh look, the numbers are coming.
I like the -3.
Oh, we actually really got it 3 checks ago and nobody noticed.
Oh, we need a 100!
Oh, we're almost there. We almost got that 2,000 rupees. You know, a lot of these seeds actually end off with 2,000 rupees. For exactly the reasons that we're seeing here.
Well, if you guessed 1, you were wrong.
So, of note, nobody's finished yet, so this big key is obviously in a pretty terrible location.
Gotta search, gotta find, gotta locate.
This makes me really think that it is going to be the back of Thieves, just because if it was Mothula, somebody surely would have been done by now, right?
Are you hinting at potential spoilers in a race?
I'm just...
Oh, look, there
it is!
Goodbye, Blind. We're not spending any time with you today. We're just gonna spend like 2 seconds and then leave you.
Oh my goodness.
Gem is in go mode at 2 hours 13 minutes, by the way. And if you guess 2, you are right and you win absolutely nothing.
Good job! So, I mean...
However, no one actually picked 2, so no one won.
It is a testament to how efficiently Gem has gone through the entire game, though. Like, we've done basically everything in the entire game, and it's only been 2 hours 14 minutes. That's with the entrance shuffle, so it's pretty fast for checking this many locations.
Indeed, and now he just has to go to this red shield shop here and get the final crystal before taking a dump back to Kakariko.
So we're looking at probably about 218-ish by the time the 2 bosses are done.
That seems pretty probable.
I'm also remembering that he did pick up the Desert Palace small key from under that pot. Vert.
I like all these 9s. That's where my brain is right now.
March, please. Hang in there just a little bit longer. We're almost there.
I'm doing my best. But when you took my brain, it made it worse, I think.
Oh no. Oh. Man, I love entrance though. It's just you never really know how each seed is going to turn out. Yes, you will usually hundo, but the process of doing that is so wildly different every single seed.
I guess so.
And I mean, Gobo was in Blind Cell.
Oh look, the Desert Palace compass!
Is that the second boss that's done that now?
Trinex's green pendant gave a map to Turtle Rock, or was it a compass for Turtle Rock?
I think it was the compass, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, that's 7 crystals for Gem. One final thing to do.
Gotta go
Collect-
slay the pig.
Collect 91 Slay Ganon.
Not even bothering with the full heal, he's just gonna book it straight to the Lumberjack well. I mean, not Lumberjack. There's too many professions going on in this Hyrule.
I mean, he's been all over the world. Maybe the actual Lumberjacks are actually here. Maybe the Lumberjacks are Ganon. That would explain so much and so little.
Ganon, the Deforester.
I mean, he is a pig, and I mean, can't he like charge down a tree or something?
Probably. And unfortunately, no nice Ganon facts today. It's just saying things about the lore, like the silly pig that he is.
Yeah, but this is Crossworld Entrance Shuffle Keysanity. Here we make our own lore with spike rods.
Should be a pretty easy fight overall, though. Oh! So, nice thing like the sword hitbox, if you go for a poke, the size of the hitbox shrinks down to fighter sword size, despite being the gold sword. So, that can cause some trouble sometimes.
And a second hit, 2 more.
Oh, didn't want to go for the double. Oh, Gem, please! Give me scare.
You're getting scared for no reason. It's just a pig.
It's just a pig. But I mean, he's a big pig. And with that, we have Gem finish it up. Do you wanna say it?
Actually, IRC crashed for me. Do it.
Okay, Gem has finished in first place overall with an official time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 35 seconds. Finally managing to solve the maze that is Entrance Crossworld Keysanity in an honestly very respectable time. And by very respectable, I mean that's really, really fast for checking like 210 locations.
And he is already here with us. Congratulations, Gem.
Hey,
Fast. So, how do you feel?
That was a nice hundo.
Definitely on the quicker side. 217 is quite fast for doing a 100% run of Crossworld Keysanity.
Yeah, this seed just worked out really well. Like I got mirror, like I don't know, my 5th item, my 5th chest, and I just kept finding things in the right order. Like I found Hookshot, and then I found Hookshot Cave and stuff like that. And boots were reasonably early, and yeah, was just a really nice seed, I guess.
Yeah, you ended up getting your mobility items fairly quickly, especially since you super bunnied that hookshot a lot earlier than prior ended up getting it. Although, avoiding both the Hyrule Castle dropdown and parts of Kakariko did leave you with that little hookshot entrance, hookshot cave entrance kind of lingering in the back of your brain for a while there.
Yeah, that's true. I just can't help it. Whenever I see a connector early, I just follow it, even though I should like look through all of CAC first.
Now, with the number of these that you played, I had to ask, when you saw the big key pop out of Spike Cave, were you like eye-rollingly expecting it to be Thieves Town, or were you actually hopeful it would be Desert?
I was a bit hopeful. But I should have known better.
Entrance always finds a way to step on your dreams.
Yeah. Especially by always putting your go mode item into Spike Cave.
Every time.
Every time. But yeah, this was kind of nice. I only had one single entrance item, location, place left, and that was library, which I never found.
Oh yeah, I had been wondering about which one was left. I wasn't sure if there was any left at all.
Yep,
So
just
it
that.
must be at the Dark Ice Sword Cave area then.
Probably, yeah. I also never found a way to like the Turtle Rock Bridge. Probably
Can
also for
either-
me. Go
Actually,
ahead.
it's simpler than that. Neither of you checked the back of the old man's home.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I found all the like dark rooms before finding the lamp. I think I found 3, and none of them let me jump down, so it wasn't the front of the old man's home.
Actually, you missed the one that let you drop down. You never checked the blacksmith house. That was the drop down point.
Wait, I never did?
You never walked forward in that particular dark room.
Oh, oops.
Things
All
that
right, fair
there were a lot of things that managed to not bite you this race that could have. So
Oops.
got any nagging questions of your own, March?
My brain is still recovering.
Oh, and since Crossworlds, it's always kind of hard on the brain. Were there any particular things that you rather liked about this seed, Joe?
Well, I mean, I already mentioned those, like the early mirror, the early boots. It was kind of fun, just also just like being able to super bunny a bunch of stuff. I always enjoy that.
How about that 2-hour Hyrule Castle, though?
Oh yeah. Like several times throughout the seed, I said to myself, I can't believe I haven't found Hyrule Castle yet. And then I finally found it. And
It's like Hyrule Castle and Aghadom's Tower just completely absent from the vast majority of the rest of the seed.
yeah. And they were just on the same island, just in different worlds, which was also kind of funny.
Oh, things that could have been sequence broken like 5 minutes into the seed. Thankfully didn't matter. Oh, and unfortunately we are seeing the forfeit from Pryor as his internet is just not working out today.
And also getting our second place finisher here, Killer App 23, not here on the restream, but behind the scenes at 2 hours, 23 minutes, 2 seconds.
Laugh's played a lot of entrants, so that's not too surprising. Probably also had a grand adventure trying to find those last couple of big keys.
We did mention a lot how we felt like you put off both Eastern Palace and the Pyramid Ferry for quite a long time, since they were quite close to each other. Could you evaluate on that a little bit?
Well, I hadn't known whether Eastern Palace or Skullwoods would be the last crystal / pendant. So I just kind of hoped I would find either go mode, so I would just like either like just try one and hope it's the crystal, or to find a map, which I ended up doing. Yeah, but then once I found the map, I just went straight to EP and did it.
Yeah, essentially just trying to save a minute or two by not just checking the more manual way.
Yeah, exactly. And as for Pyramid Ferry, I just kind of wanted to do it at some point, but I always had better options, and then I ended up exiting through it, so I didn't have to do it at all.
Oh my goodness, the saga of trying to find those flippers, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, right side TT just had like two T-Rock small keys. And at that point I was like, alright, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, I was commenting on that too. It's like 2 Turtle Rock small keys and a blue potion. Could the seed be shouting any louder to go kill Trinex?
Oh, I completely forgot about that blue potion actually. Like, I was kind of panicking when I was going to know magic against Trinex.
I was wondering about that. You were being very careful. Speaking of things, so Desert Palace. I'm guessing you wrote down you had the big key instead of the small key.
Yeah, I mismarked the key, and then when when the big chest told me I didn't have the big key, I didn't even look at my small key count. I just left and figured I just must have misclicked somehow stupidly.
It's the only thing that could have made sense, because it's just like, I see you going there. It's like, we didn't find that yet, did we? No? And then he just leaves.
No.
Like, do you realize he has 2 keys? And the key steal from the back of Desert when you already had the small? It was a little weird and kind of hinted at that exact problem.
Yeah.
Nice healthy 36 bugs. Oh, entrance.
As I said, boots were early.
You didn't get the 200 checks though, so 2 disappointments. Didn't get the 200 checks and didn't get those 2,000 rupees Marge was hoping for the whole seat.
My rupees! Damn you, Sora. Damn you.
Well, I tend to not pick up everything off the ground, so.
Guilty.
What? You just leave litter around on the floor? What?
Yeah, the Hyrule guards can clean that stuff up.
But you killed them.
Well, that happens.
So, thinking about it real quick for a summary to get the actual number, just because I felt like doing math for a minute, there were a grand total of 5 item locations remaining. Library, Thieves Town Big Chest, Blind, Mothula, Mushroom Turn-In.
And Terra Basement. And
That
DP
was
Big Chest.
my prior.
Oh, okay, I mean total for everyone.
Oh yeah, DP Big Chest was 6. You're correct. Terra Basement was 3 bombs, so that was another thing you managed to dodge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
early enough that I said I'll just skip it for now. Then I refused to go back.
I can understand. No, but didn't you need a drink?
No,
Alright,
I still
definitely.
had the GT tile group ahead of me.
The lovely Total Rock map. Everybody. Oh yeah, that reminds me of another small thing. So, checking the front of Hyrule Castle, Hype Cave looking like it was going to be okay, but then ends off with the Hyrule Castle's map and the single arrow, and then you immediately flew to the dam and get the Ganon's Tower map.
Yeah, some nice maps.
Excellent maps. Perfect information. Definitely a GG's on that one, though. Taking about 5.5 minute lead. And yeah, it's good to see some Crossworld Keysanity action today.
Yeah, I'm always happy. Usually at night, so I can't really play them.
So we got the nice EU time zone and daily going on. Happy to get this one seen, and hey, if you watch this back, hopefully it will be enjoyable.
Oh, I bet it will be.
Marge has been dealing with me for 2.5 hours. I don't know how he does it.
I've survived. I'm here in spirit.
He's endured the battle.
Good job, dude. You did well.
You have the tough job, you know. You play the game, but I get to experience Pink Kitty Rose. The difference here is that she is at least predictable, but Randomizer is Randomizer.
Wait, I'm predictable? I thought that's the... Yeah, whatever.
I watched you enough that you are predictable in an unpredictable fashion. You know, I am starting to think that something is calling, and I think that's also the signal for us to maybe wrap this up here.
Yeah, since Prior has ended up forfeiting due to internet difficulties, how about you send us home, Merge?
Yes, that is unfortunate with Prior 57. We do, of course, thank him for his time and Gem as well. Also like to thank our tracker, Dimensive, for helping out behind the scenes, as well as Fear Agent for also doing his part, setting everything up. Of course, we have a new race tomorrow at the same time, and that one will be standard mode if you're looking something more standard, I guess. You can watch that. Also, currently going on, we have the link to the past randomizer fall 2018 tournament going on. The next qualifier will be later today at 9:15 p.m. EST. That is 9:15 p.m. EST. I believe that is in 5 hours or so. And it will be on both this channel and on ALTTP Randomizer, 2 different streams to catch all those players and many more that are participating in that tournament. So be sure to follow all of our Twitch channels at Speed Gaming 1 through 6 and ALTTP Randomizer 1 through 5. And of course, the YouTube channel, you can likely find it by just searching Speed Gaming up on YouTube. And with all that said and done, I've been Marjevich.
And I've been Pinky Rose.
Yeah, and we hope to see you all in the not too distant future.
Bye-bye now. Everybody have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye. Out of here.